to every single viewer of my last video, every single liker, every single subscriber, and every single person that commented on it. Today we're looking at Zavion Thomas of LSU, as he was at that point, against Ole Miss we're starting off with. And we're going to see what he could potentially add to the Bears offense. So here obviously we see him as the 3 stack to this side, tight end on the line the opposite side, so 11 personnel with 3 receivers, a formation we see a lot out of the Bears. We see Zavion now, he's going to motion into the backfield into this sort of pistol formation, so half back and then half back usually, sort of pistol formation, which is a run offense. But looking to see what the motion tells us. The motion tells us all we're seeing is a shift down with the safety coming over, so that tells us some form of one high to the side. We also have a cornerback to this side where we see a tight end, so it's some form of zone. You see the shift over, replacing the linebacker who shifts across. Looks like responsibility is going that way. So in with the snap, we see them coming off. It's quite clearly that everyone's sort of firing off the ball as such. So you get a guard and tackle combo, goes guard and center combo, tackle goes down. But we see penetration from the left guard into the backfield. So Zavion needs to make a decision, makes the right decision, cuts back inside the hole. Not afraid obviously to mix it up with the big boys in the middle, which is good. Yep, doesn't get a massive amount on the play because the linebackers play the field well. The offensive line then, the 71, the tackle, getting stopped that easy by a linebacker is terrible, but we'll see it from the backfield in just a second. But right decision on the cut, didn't bounce it outside, cut it back with pace, gets about 3 or 4 yards, possibly even 5 on the 2nd and 10. So this is the same play from the backfield this time. Again, we're going to see Zavion Thomas motion to the backfield. There he is. So as you see there, so it's pressing outside, obviously outside zone. What's this? But this is supposed to be is a double here and then down to 2nd level. Sorry, that right one. It's supposed to be double here and then down to 2nd level, or tackle takes a 2nd level and you work inside back to this side, backside pursuit this way. So you go there and you go there, and then obviously Zavion would be able to work off these 2 blocks here, but that doesn't work. Zavion's pressing outside, sees that we lose that hole there. The cutback clearly is here. He does cut back, but as you see, 71 there, that's a poor attempt at any form of block. Means Zavion's got nowhere to go. So he cuts back, makes the right decision. 2, 3, 4, 5 into contact, and an extra 1 on top. So he doesn't go down very easy. Like, for a wide receiver, he runs more like a running back, and that's evident on that play. So this formation is a little bit different in the college offense. Again, we've got a sort of a tight end halfback, 11 personnel with 1, 2, and 3 receivers, with Zavion being this player here. Roll into the play in terms of what type of coverage do we have. So looking at alignment, outside shade, inside shade. So this looks like some form of zone combo here with the safety over the top. Looks like 2 high potentially. And that would mean inside leverage here. That suggests man to the backside where Zavion is. Motion goes across. What does that tell us? Well, the motion goes, and all we see is a walk up basically on this side. And he's obviously motioning something to the safety on that side. Safety walks up. We're looking more like 1 high now. So off the snap, Zavion just closing the distance because we're not impressed. So this is the difference. You just sort of close the distance because it's man. So you want to then use your pace to just double-handed swipe inside. He's lost his corner completely. He's so wide open, it's ridiculous. QB's already made the decision to throw. There he goes, downfield. If he puts this ball, sorry if I just get the control of the cursor again. So if in this situation, because he's got him beat so badly here, if the QB, I know obviously he's already made the decision to throw the ball, so it's already too late. But if he puts the ball kind of here on the outside of the hash, and Zavion's still running for a touchdown, but he puts it inside the hash, safety comes over to make a tackle, makes him miss, makes the corner from the other side miss as well, extra yards. So on, I think it was 1st and 20 this one, we go from the 31-yard line, 41, 51, 41, 31, 21, down to 16. So a really good chunk on the play. Obviously starting from one side of the field. He knows literally it's like, just don't use all your speed at once. Don't use all your speed at once. Little choppy steps. Inside, outside, release. Inside, release. Beats him like a drum. And he's off and running. Again, if this ball's placed anywhere outside of here, it's in for a touchdown. But concentration as the safety's coming over, makes the catch. Does basket catch it a little bit, but it's not perfect, but he does catch it with his hands. And we'll see that from the other angle now. So again, we're going to see this sort of the motioning from tight end. And the QB does make the decision to throw really early. So literally, as soon as you see safety middle of the field, decision on the back hitch, just sort of arms it out there, doesn't really step into it. There's no reason that he doesn't step into it, but he doesn't step into it, and that's possibly why it's more of a floating pass inside, as you see. Like I said, if he puts the ball anywhere here, it's a touchdown. He throws it inside, a floating ball inside, rather than stepping into the throw with a bit of authority on the ball. If he throws that flatter and harder, as Caleb Williams does, then Zavion is off for a touchdown. But nevertheless, floating ball, knows the safety's coming over, catches the ball with his hands. Okay, get into contact, turn the corner back inside out. Just maybe it could have been a little bit better on his handoff attempt there, but nonetheless, we're not going to complain about a 50-60 yard catch. Into the second quarter against Ole Miss. Again, motioning from the three backs, one tight end on the line, 11 personnel. From this middle part of the formation, again motioning into the backfield. What do we get this time? You see everyone sort of, we go from just literally from being head up here to head up there, so that suggests it's match. Into that pistol formation, doesn't get set really, so possibly could call up for an illegal formation, but anyway. Gets the handoff, again working that outside hole, working that outside hole, working that outside hole. This time he does cut back later. 78 stays on his block a little bit better. Again, we've got a lot of waste spending from the offensive line here, which is not great. But again, a receiver who's getting into contact there at the 26, 27 yard line, and getting an extra 3-4 yards through contact from a wide receiver / running back. So here we see it from the defensive backfield this time. There goes Zavion. Doesn't get set, so he's a little bit early on the snap for me. In the NFL, they'd have to change that. But anyway, you see, in terms of zone blocking, they're not really working the double. They're just single blocking there. They don't really. At least we get a body on a body here. You know, we're actually getting bodies on bodies, which is an improvement over the previous one. Again, the guard not really doing much of anything. The defensive tackle gets free, gets his hands on Zavion. Linebacker in there as well as a corner. And that's where we see the extra effort with an extra 4 yards through contact with 3 guys basically making a tackle. 1, 2, 3. From there gets an extra 2 yards, which is really good work. I just want to speak on this before we get into it. So from the sideline, when they send out the players, they would have counted Zavion here as a wide receiver in the formation. That would have been 1, 2, 3 wide receivers, 11 personnel, which would suggest the defense would be in a nickel, but we come out as like a 21, so it now looks like pro formation from a gun quarterback, pro formation with running backs, motions the tight end out. So again, imagine that's Colston Loveland. Now you've got a light box, and we've got 5 linemen, 2 backs, and we're against 6, so we're working against a light box, and we're going to have extra defensive backs on the field. So motion out. They see the motion late, they're sort of running up to blitz, safety sees it late, they're going to work because they're going to think this is going to be a bubble. It is a bubble, puts it out in front, we've got a block on there, and again Zavion making his guy miss, outrunning everyone. If he just doesn't step out of bounds there, he's probably still running into the end zone. Speaking of end zone, we're looking at the end zone he would have been running into, so again, you know, this is where they would have thought it was 11 personnel. It looks like 21. Then it goes to 1 back in the backfield again. Nussmeier gets the ball out there. We're late over with the camera, which is, you know, really helpful. But here we see if he just squares it up a little bit more there, gets called out with that foot there. But if he doesn't step out there, he does then re-establish in bounds, and he's all the way for a touchdown. To be honest, with his speed. So it's a different variation on the same theme. Where is Zavion? There is Zavion, to the left of the quarterback. So this time we've got the two receivers to the field side, the wide side of the field, boundary being the short side of the field. We've got tight end to the boundary, and we've got the receivers to the field side, obviously giving them more room to work. And again, it suggests with what we've seen, like if you want to run a bubble or some sort of screen, it would be to that direction. Zavion is to that side, no motion this time, straight off the snap count. This time it's a handoff. Really, I mean, this is where if you're going to call an option, an audible, you would want to call an audible, but we do have sort of 6 on the line of scrimmage with the back as well, so that makes 7. So it's 7 on 7. We should, if we block everyone up, we should have an opportunity to keep running. Obviously safety's going to have to come down, cornerbacks that side as well. You see 3 runners again getting through, linebacker into the backfield. Running back gets at least onto the outside of his guy there. Zavion just trying to wait for an overcommit press. Knows he's not going to get it, just decides to duck his head, take it into contact. I like that he's actually taking it into contact rather than being passive. He's actually trying to put a lick on the ball, but again, any sort of blocking here, and he gets a chance to cut back, but obviously it's the tight side of the field anyway. They probably should have audibled out of this actual play, but Zavion nevertheless knows he's going to get into contact, keeps running the ball anyway. So this is where you can see where some of the struggles for LSU in the offense came from. It wasn't from Zavion. It's the blocking up front that you see. So again, in terms of bodies, you've got an inside shade 3 tech, just get straight outside the Ole Miss defensive tackle, working against 2, and he's won. This guy here, he's already won his battle playing the outside of that hole. Nowhere for Zavion to run. 26, the linebacker, comes straight through. Running back's going to the outside, not the inside, so there's no cutback there. The tight end lets his man stay outside of him, so he doesn't work his feet round. Running back has to come on, then we've got no one blocking on the outside. Zavion realises it, puts his head down into contact, and at least delivers a blow. 3rd and 10 in the 3rd quarter, Zavion's changed his cleats at half time. For the observant of you, you can see they're no longer yellow, they're this colour that we see down here. That's important, but what is important again, looks like 11 personnel, possibly 12, because this is a tight end and I believe this guy is a tight end as well. But again, it's about sort of formation. We've now gone to empty, showing obvious passing. 3rd and 10, Zavion to the outside. What are we going to get? Is it going to be a switch release with the big guy on the inside? Kind of looks like it, running off, switch release underneath, which is the way you would want it. Linebacker's just literally bracketing straight there, gets underneath, working. Now we want to see the speed. If he gets the ball in front of him there, he's got a chance. Doesn't get the ball in front of him, gets it onto his hip. But again, working through 1 tackle, gets another tackle, stays on his feet to a degree. But again, if the ball's out in front of him, he's got a chance. It's not, it's on his back hip, as you see it come there. On his back hip, makes the catch. Can't really turn it up straight away, tries to use his speed to get to the outside, does at least get an extra 2 yards out of it. 3rd and 10, they fail. What you do see here on this angle is that the speed differential against what are athletic linebackers here. So you see him go across. Number 4 is an athletic linebacker. He's already making a jump on the ball. As we see, the ball goes kind of to the back hip rather than in front of Zavion. But this is the point where he's running step for step, but then we just see him accelerate there. And he puts 1.5 yards on him, gets to the outside. Cornerback at the end of the day makes the tackle. But at full speed, you'll see the difference in speed differential. Running the same speed, acceleration, that's it to the outside. Cornerback's in position, there's nowhere to go. A few plays for Zavion against Western Kentucky. They made a change at quarterback here, going to number 11, I think it's Van Buren, who's absolutely horrible, by the way. So it's going to be interesting to see if that guy improves. But it's just going to be a toss to this side, which again is we're going to the wide side of the field. 2 receivers to the short side of the field, the boundary, and then to the field side, just Zavion on the outside. So we do need him to actually make a block here. Cornerback goes outside release, so it's obviously they're in some sort of zone. Outside release, but that really helps Zavion. Zavion just stays position block, stays on his man, sees the running backs come in there with a glance to his left, just wants to work him out of that hole, which he does. At the end of the day, it's nothing glorious, but it does show a little bit of effort and awareness of where the running back is to actually get in position, put your body in the place and make a block. Zavion this time starts inside the slot, trips to that side. We have a tight end on the line there, so 11 personnel. Zavion is the motion guy, which happens a lot in the LSU offense. You see it's zone as we go across rather than anyone following him over. It's still one high, so it's just a rotation from the safeties. The one that was up rotates back, so it shows single high. So he goes back there, neither one comes down. So that would mean that they're going to be possibly match rather than just basic zone. Match zone, which would mean that the safety is on the tight end, and it would mean we might get a man match up this side with one high against number 11. Zavion coming to the outside, settles, off he goes. Outside leverage again suggests it is zone. So Zavion, you see him just basically going. Fast speed out. What's the speed out basically? Rather than being like that, you just run it fast. There's so much distance between him and the corner. He's got loads of time to make this catch with that speed out. Again, ball's inside and behind him. So again, if the ball's put outside, we're still with the numbers here, so we've got at least 6 yards to the sideline. If he puts it just in front of him rather than behind him, he's got a chance to turn up. But at the end of the day, he does catch it off his back of his body, waiting for the ball, turns and gets an extra 3 yards. Fuck's sake. Zavion in the backfield, we'll let it go. Yeah, again, this is quite clearly a gadget play. Nothing you'll see in the NFL or anything like this. But again, kind of, 4 hats here, 3 hats here, and then 2. So they're outnumbering us to that side. But then goes the motion. They've still got all those bodies over there doing nothing. Quick, basically jet sweep. And Xavion's got the pace. 2nd and 8 yards. Makes it with ease. Speed kills. Traditional outside receiver this time. Later in the same game. So inside leverage, that suggests man. Although he's looking at QB off man. Outside leverage that side, outside leverage that side. And again, safety well outside the numbers. So 1 high, and it looks like everyone else is sort of manning with the. You've got 2 spare men on the inside there. They're trying to basically bracket anything to the outside. They're watching that coming over the middle. Again, it's sort of 3rd and 10. So Zavion, again, massive cushion, eats the cushion up. As the cornerback goes from inside to outside, stops his feet, comes back to the ball. Again, he's waiting an absolute God's age for the ball to get out there. Thrown well short. So rather than being here where he could have caught the ball, if you watch his route, so he stopped at the 50, you'd want the ball to be kind of thrown here now. Again, Van Buren in his infinite wisdom, taking an absolute age to throw the ball, loses 6 yards. Zavion's now going to try and work something, get back, but he can't. So he gets 5 yards from what could have been a lot more, because on the route, in terms of pressing the leverage, making him turn his back, does everything right, comes back. If the ball's kind of here, he's got an opportunity, but let's see where the ball lands. Kind of there. So that's the reason why he doesn't make more of this one. It's the last play against Western Kentucky. Let's roll into it. Again, we're seeing a shift. The tight end comes to like a wing. Goes in front, sort of blocking, just basically blocking. Again, the arc on this ball. So Zavion's again got an outside leverage. So he sort of feints to the inside to get the cornerback to try and bite a little bit. You see there, feints to the inside. Gets the cornerback turned. Ball this time is out, but it's well behind him. So far behind him, it's ridiculous. So again, throws the ball early. It's just a heave. It's so aimless, but it's a good route by Zavion. It's just completely wasted by the throw by Van Buren. Zavion versus Clemson. We see him as the outside receiver off the line of scrimmage here. Motions, does what you call a loop motion around the back. And as you see him do the loop motion, you see 2 people here and here start to rotate just because he's gone into their backfield. So they come away, which leaves that wide receiver as man on the outside. He just needs to block there. Here we see the handoff to Zavion. Cuts inside that guard, chipping, running back into the hole, gets the DB, gets to the outside, and then it's see you later, alligator, as he's got the jets to get to the outside. Seeing it from the backfield now. Again, we're going to see him come around here and then take the handoff and come to this side of the hole. There you see the motion, you see them all rotated down, respecting his speed. Out of the play, inside one block, outside the other, pushes to the outside, good speed, but everyone on Clemson's got good speed as well. It's a, an easy first down from 10 yards, made up very, very quickly. We've seen Zavion motion from this position a few times now. Here he's going against that sort of that pistol look, so directly behind the QB, make it more difficult for the linebackers to read him. Gets down wide set from this guy here, backside opens up. You see him press the front side, so this is the front side. We see him press the front side, cut back, see all that space. I just want him to sort of cut back outside here if he can, because he's got the wrong side, but I mean what he does, so takes it from, I think it's 2nd and 10 here, and he gets the first down. So he's coming from that position into the backfield, running back cuts back. Just want to see him maybe sort of jump cut to the right there, outside that block, but he doesn't, but he gets the first down, so I can't knock him too much. From the backfield, you see him motion in, take it to the front side, as it cuts back here, cuts back. Player in the hole, linebacker, good linebacker actually, number 17. Just want to see him kind of bounce it to the outside there, but I don't blame him for going, seeing the first down and taking the first down, taking it the shortest route. Into contact, again, not afraid of contact at the middle, puts his shoulder in first, keeps his legs driving, does really well. As Coach Johnson likes to say, no block, no rock. Going to see him block here. First man out. His man wants to go to outside, so he lets him, takes him, and then starts driving him towards the sideline. Really good block there, actually. Really good effort. So he's got the inside man, clearly that's his man. Takes him, gets up on him, drive blocks, does really well to help his running back get very close to, well, second and short. So we're going to see him as the running back gets out of the backfield. There's Zavion. So just going to see him there on that side of the field. That 7 is obviously the outside linebacker, is his responsibility. Gets up on him, gets inside. Okay, we're inside, but we're going to drive him towards the sideline. Running back goes off the back of that, gets very close to a first down. I've seen a lot of clips on Twitter of this, well, X, formerly known as Twitter, of this one. It's just basically we're going to see him come from this top position, just come across the zone. So this is where, versus man coverage is going to be difficult to. You can see the respect with the cushion he's got there. So he takes the cushion, just throttles it down into this void we see here. As we've got an over there taking the eyes of that, we've got a deep here taking the eyes of that. He's too far off, well behind our linebackers. It's an easy pitch and catch, and then you've got to turn into a runner. So again, the safety in the middle wants to come and headhunt, but it's an easy first down from that second and short. So this is literally the next play, from being a blocker on one play to being a receiver on the next one. See it here. So as all of this goes across with the first receiver over, second man over, into his body, just lets it get to his body. Just want to see him hands catch that a little bit better, but lets it get into his body. It's just a secure catch and it's for a first down. Here we see Zavion. There's the inside. He's got a tight end outside him with what looks like a safety type body or a linebacker type body well off of the line scrimmage. Might be a corner, but he's a very big corner. You've seen him just motion past Zavion, which tells us it's man and we're in press. So in press, gets into his body, it's into a drive technique, looking to get underneath the pads of the cornerback, keep driving, and his receiver just basically cuts off the back of that route, gets it there. So it's just all we're doing here is doing that initial drive block. So if we might even see it. No, he's already running off by that point. But the point of this was get off the line of scrimmage, he's in press, get him off the line of scrimmage, sort of 6 yards, which he does. Make the space for the route off the back, and it's an easy, well, should be an easy pitch and catch. He just double catches it, but does get very close to a first down. I think he steps out just short. So last play, we've seen Zavion do a lot of things, but here we're going to see him do something else. Motion, reverse, so it looks like a reverse. You'd respect him for a reverse here. So what we see here is this is the option. This is the, obviously this is deep. You could throw that if you've got the arm to throw it for a touchdown, because he's already getting beat deep. But this is the conflict defender. So if he doesn't come up, so if he respects the receiver, which he does too late, if he respects the receiver, number one, he stays outside, then Zavion runs it. If he starts to come up to play it, which he does, you see him very early start to come up. There he's made the decision. Now it's too late. Zavion just passes it. Nice sympathetic ball. Easy pitch and catch. Nice first down. So Zavion really can do it all. We've seen him run from the backfield. We've seen him run on reverses like this. And that puts defenders in conflicts. And then just take an easy throw. He did actually in the Ole Miss game, if you get to watch that in full, he does actually throw a touchdown pass in that game. But we see him with the option pass here. And he takes the right option. Just throws a sympathetic pass to the receiver. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bear down.